Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys, this one is an interesting one because never did I think, actually, that's not true. There's so much drama that comes out of Watch What Happens Live. This show is literally a machine to create more storylines, more drama, and more narratives for the shows that they're talking about, which is actually kind of genius. When you have Watch What Happens Live, there's so many dramatic moments that end up playing into the other series like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or Real Housewives of Orange County in this case. And we're going to get into it. On top of that, Roni, the ratings are plummeting, and that's not great. And the ultimate girls trip situation, Teddy Mellencamp is reacting to Vicki Gumbelson's Watch What Happens Live appearance. And this was a little cringy as well. And the whole Kelly Dodd, there's just a lot. So before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, do all the YouTube things, and let's get into the mess.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Okay, you guys. So I wanted to start with this. Now, Shannon Bedor was on Watch What Happens Live with Vicki Gumbelson. And there was a lot that was said. So we're going to get into that before the Kelly Dodd. And Reality Blurb came out with it. Now, Shannon Bedor addressed her fight with ex-John Jansen's daughter, her regrets, and her status with David. Plus, she slammed fake Heather and talks drama with Gina and Tamara's alcoholic diss. Love Reality Blurb. While taking aim at Heather Dubrow's super shady antics, suggesting that she's fake and revealing that she and David Bedor are no longer on good terms, she addressed her thoughts on Tamara Judge labeling her as an alcoholic. This isn't my plate. That one. Shannon told host Andy Cohen on the August 2nd episode of Watch What Happens Live. I cried for 2 months after that because it was so like, oh my God, what are people going to think of me when they see that? And I called Julius, the manager of The Quiet Woman, a few months ago after going, can I come back in? And he goes, if we didn't allow people like you back in, we'd be out of business. So he let me back in. Now, according to Julius, who was serving at the clubhouse, he was the bartender. Shannon's outburst at his venue was Mickey Mouse compared to the things that go on, which I think is kind of funny. Over the years, Shannon has been dealt the alcoholic label on a number of occasions, but when it comes to Tamara's dish, Shannon has moved past it. She said, I think it was Eddie Judge that did. Actually, no, she did too. But it's hurtful, but I look at the positives because her kindness and her friendship and her heart means more to me than those few times. All right. On last week's episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Shannon was seen breaking the fourth wall as Tamara mentioned something Heather had been saying about her since-ended romance with John Jansen. And looking back, she doesn't believe she overreacted. As you'll find out, no, I did not. You'll agree with me later. Heather was talking to people on and off camera, planting seeds, telling people things, making them believe the worst. And so I was irate because I finally trusted Heather, that I could confide in her, and it's really disappointing. But when Shannon was asked to answer a series of questions about Heather, she said she'd rate her IMDb page a good 8 out of 10 and denied that she's ever gone overboard with, well, cosmetics. But I wanted to get into the reality of this because Shannon Bedor, before her and Heather hated each other, and Shannon also hated Tamara. Now, I'm wondering if this is a real authentic friendship, because if you're like, even with Tamara bringing it to her on the show, I get like the fact that Shannon wouldn't be like, why wouldn't you just tell me that off camera? And she's just automatically going to be mad at Heather when she was mad at Tamara before. It makes me wonder, is Shannon investing herself into Tamara and the Tres Amigas in order to create longevity for herself on the show? Because if she fights with Tamara and is not in good with Heather, and then with the rest of the group, then she probably slowly would eventually be phased off the show if they decided to keep Tamara around, which it kind of seems like that is the situation. Now, when they were on Watch What Happens Live, I talked a little bit about this in my recap yesterday, but Kelly Dodd was mentioned because Julia said that Kelly Dodd was his least favorite housewife because she's always wanting attention. But he accidentally said intervention. Now, I actually spoke with Kelly Dodd about this because I was like, oh shit, did you see this? And I was waiting because Kelly Dodd is always good with a comeback, and she's not necessarily somebody I would want to get into a ring with. And she ends up calling them out, and they send her a video letting her know, hey, we're so sorry. Kelly, we love you. Shannon was like, we love you, Kelly. And then Julius was like, listen, or maybe Shannon didn't say that. I don't know. Shannon was in the video and she was being nice. And Julius was like, no, Kelly, you're welcome anytime. It was on the teleprompter. On the teleprompter. So then Kelly Dodd and her husband, Rick, which they have their show, the Rick and Kelly Show on YouTube. A lot of people really love it. And the views are going up and up and up. So they went on to address this because they don't hold back. It's like no holds barred conversation with these two all the time. That's kind of probably what people love about it. So they go on and they called this out. When they did, they end up posting the video and posting the clip, and then their video got taken down because they were calling out the fact that it was on the teleprompter to talk shit about Kelly Dodd. However, after Watch What Happens Live, Julius doubled down on the fact that he said what he said about Kelly Dodd, right? And she was like, wait a minute, you apologized, but you doubled down. But then if you listen to what Julius said, he said, Kelly Dodd, she needs too much intervention. He didn't say attention. And if you're saying something organically like that, if it's just coming out of your mouth and you have like a quick quip, right? Then you're going to say it right 9 times out of 10. But if he's looking at a teleprompter and he couldn't see it correctly and he was like, I think it says intervention. She wants too much intervention, attention. He messed up. It was his slip up that just validates the fact that it was on the teleprompter in the first place. Now, I did mention this in my live and some people were like, I don't give a shit because I don't like Kelly Dodd. And okay. But other people were like, wait a minute, this is really up. Why are you bringing this up? Or why are you bringing her up, especially if she's not a part of the show anymore? Was this just to get her to pop off and create more drama, create more headlines for the show? Which I'm kind of guessing that's exactly what it was for. But you know who else had a problem with Shannon and Vicki's Watch What Happens Live appearance? Well, Teddi Mellencamp. And we're going to play you a little clip. Hold on. Here we go. 2 T's in a pod.
Andy asked Vicki, is it true that Teddi was banned from attending your Trace Amigos show, Vicki, because of you? And Vicki's response is, yeah, of course. I can't stand her. If you want to come back with funny shade,
right,
do it. Like, say something funny. But saying you can't stand somebody you've met 2 times, why are you so upset that I am friends with Tamara and we're doing well together?
There's like, a bunch of us that don't get along and that don't like each other. And it's like, we know that. When you take it that extra step, it's just like, why?
And
yeah, no, actually, for the first time, I agree with Teddi, and not for the first time. I've agreed with Teddi a couple times, but I think it is fair what she's saying. Like, you can't say, I can't stand somebody that I haven't met. It's pretty aggressive. Like, even if I come on and I'm like, I don't think that she's a great housewife. I don't think that she was great on reality TV. I think that's an opinion that you can form. And I feel like I can also say that because I don't think I would be great on reality TV. And I've also been in interviews for reality TV and also opted out of reality TV because I didn't think I would be good for it. She didn't opt out. She went on reality TV and she was not good on it. And that's okay. I think it takes a special, eccentric, wild personality to make good television, and not everybody is good for it. But you know what she is good for? 2 T's in a pod. That's my opinion, and I'm going to leave that there. But wait, there's more drama in the Bravo world. So RHONY ratings plummet after 3 episodes. I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok on this, but Queens of Bravo posted it, and I thought it was really interesting because it's just like, what? How are they... Episode 1, 672,000 viewers. Episode 2, 506,000 viewers. And episode 3, 452,000 viewers. Now, again, these views are on the night of, and they do accumulate over time. And this is a new cast of women, so we have to get to know them. But those numbers are not strong. And I was also not surprised. So many people asked me about the fact that they pushed the Ultimate Girls Trip, Morocco trip. They pushed that back and they put Legacy in place of it. No, I'm not surprised, because who knows what's going on with the Caroline Manzo, Brandi Glanville legal situation, and that could be playing a big role in why it got pushed back. Or they could be just trying to put Legacy on around the same time or right after. I don't know the thought process behind it. I'm guessing it has something to do with legal, but I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think, especially about the Kelly Dodd of it all. Smash that like button. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.